feels so good to be off work for 4 days.
4 days?
4 days of freedom. Because of freedom, we get even more freedom.
Yeah.
It's a freedom circle.
It's a freedom cube.
Right now it's a freedom triangle.
Yeah.
There's the three of us.
True.
We're free.
That sounds sexy. It's like a sex move. You ever done the freedom triangle? It's where it's like you and then like another dude and then a girl and then you drape her in the American flag.
God.
Oh, man.
You fold it up in a triangle? I don't know what I'm going to do with myself yet. I've yet to figure that out.
I plan on doing absolutely nothing. Every time you say that, though, you end up doing something, and it's not fun stuff. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go to Lowe's. I'll do this project, or like yesterday, I was gonna mow my lawn because it's been raining like cats and dogs out there.
Cats and dogs.
I was gonna put it off till this long weekend, and my AC was broken in the office, so I was sweating dicks.
Ugh.
Get home, like I'm already sweaty. Fuck it. Put on the old mowing shorts. Put on the old mowing shoes. Let's just knock her out.
Yeah.
And how'd that make you feel?
Painful. It was hot. It was really hot. I found it to the point like where I was mowing my backyard, and anytime you just step into shade, like, oh, that feels nice. Yeah. You just got to sit down. I'm going to mow this patch for a little bit, and I'm going to push it.
Dude, I've totally done that. You hit that shady spot, and you're like, I'm just going to hang out here for a second. I'm going to make sure this
looks really good
it's the only part of your yard that's like perfectly manicured with a crisscross shape in it. You know?
I'm just going to pull some weeds while I'm over here.
Yeah. And see, I have a love-hate relationship with mowing. I hate the getting to it. But once I'm doing it, like, we've talked about this on the show before. You get it done. Yeah. You murder that grass, get it done. But yeah, I'm a big fan of taking breaks. I don't have a big yard.
No,
but
our yards are about the same
breaks.
size. Yeah. But I want to utilize the same thought process of just doing it for mowing to working out. Because that's really all it is. You just got to start doing it.
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of thing. Like, it's going to be hot. I'm going to sweat. I got to move around a lot.
You know, it helps if you wear Nike accessories to just do it.
Well, I do that. I have my Nike shoes.
Yeah.
I have my Nike sweatband.
Yeah.
But I also have my Livestrong bracelet.
Right.
And I just get out for all my accessories. And
See, I do my WWJD.
Well, the Livestrong one, it's like a double for you, because you look at it and you're like, Livestrong, yeah. And then you're like, also, I got both nuts still. Fuck yes.
For now.
For now.
Just the little ticking time bombs down there, just ready to go off.
Just ready to fall out.
I'm the same way, though. Like, 4 days off is nice. Been really busy lately. Got the 4th of July stuff out of the way the other night, 2 nights ago at this point. Got the family stuff, the fireworks, the food, the fun, the natural lights.
Yeah.
Food, folks, festivities.
Yeah. And, but now it's like, okay, I have things I need to do this weekend. And that's always the great conundrum, because part of me wants to be like, you know what? I'm going to sleep in. All right. Here's plan for day one. I stayed up not super late last night, but later than a work night, I guess you'd say. And I said,
I'm an hour later.
Well, 1 hour later.
A whole hour later.
59 minutes and 59 seconds before my head was on that pillow.
I got home at 10 and you were already in bed.
Yeah.
An hour later.
I had a few last night.
Sure.
So, much needed rest. But yeah, I'm always like, okay, step one, I'm going to sleep in. Which,
did you?
30 minutes longer than usual.
Dude, but that 30 minutes it feels like hours.
But do you do this? So I open my eyes this morning, awake from my calm slumber. And I'm like, oh man. First thing, of course, being a guy in his late 30s, I got to pee. Gotta pee.
But you don't want to. I don't want to get up and go pee.
I don't want to get up out of my warm little cocoon in my cold room,
Yeah.
But I get up, and Olivia usually jingles around. She's stirring about, wanting to go outside. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to let this dog out. I'm going to go take care of business.
Right.
By the time I'm done, I'm going to let her in, and I'm going to go back to bed. Right? Best intentions.
Yeah.
So I do exactly that, and I lay back down. I've got my iPad, and I'm just looking at whatever, just making my rounds.
Yeah.
Scrolling, just aimlessly scrolling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to pop over to YouTube and see what's new in my subscriptions. I'm going to check Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And I really, really want to go back to sleep, but I just can't. Like, I cannot. You flirt with falling asleep a little bit, maybe while a YouTube video is playing or whatever. And then I wake up, and then it goes through my head like, well, you know what? I shouldn't waste the day.
Yep.
So I get up and I have all these things that I need to do this weekend. Lots of changes going on, lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Have I done any of that yet? No. Will I do it? Yes.
Well, you had a guitar lesson this morning.
I did have a guitar lesson.
Hold on. The way you said yes, though, was like, will I do it? Yes. With the shrug shoulders, like, maybe, I might. I'll get one of these things done.
I'll do half of the things that I need to get done.
And then I'll just do it next weekend.
Yeah.
Well,
do the rest of it.
The way you approach it is you make a really long list.
Yeah.
So then
Purposely.
you get a third of those things done and you still feel accomplished.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do. But man, I'm just...
Well, you got 4 days to do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to have 3. Then I'm going to have 2.
No, it's like the last minute project of like, oh, that thing's due middle of the semester. That's fine. And then it gets closer and closer. And it's Sunday. You go, fuck, man. I was supposed to paint my goddamn fence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate painting my fence. But that Sunday grind like that, which sparks the Sunday anxiety for Monday. Because then you got to do it all over. And I wasted those 4 days.
Well, it's easy. It's easy to do, but it's also like, even having 3-day weekends like we normally have. I was thinking about this as I was taking a piss this morning. I'm like, man, this is the first of 4 days. It's going to be awesome. And then immediately I was like, I know by Friday night, I'm going to be like, God damn it, man.
You're bored.
I'm bored. Either you've done all the things you need to do, or it's like, what else am I going to do?
See, I do that all the time. I have these plans, or even let's say I don't have plans. Let's say I don't have anything I have to do. But then, like, let's say we're off on Friday. So I get up Friday, I drink a cup of coffee, eat some breakfast perhaps. And then I sit there and I'm like, man, throughout the week, I'm telling myself, man, when that Friday comes, I'm going to chill.
Yeah.
I'm going to chill. And then Friday comes and I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? Okay. It's such a mishmash of emotions and
or you find yourself getting wrapped up in like one thing, which can be fun. Like I'll find myself, like if I'm bored, I'll let the dogs out and I'll go to the jam room and I'll pick up a guitar and I'll start just making fun little jams.
Yeah, just
and
jamming.
then before I know it, like 5 hours have gone by. It's like, well, I guess that was kind of productive, but I spent 5 hours in this room doing fun stuff for myself. I could have used that 5 hours to do some push-ups or go for a little run or do some shit that I need to do around the house.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, Dylan, how do you relax? I know you're a busy boy as well. You got the Icosalypse podcast, which you can find on iTunes, Google Play.
Yeah.
You've got, responsibility. You're in a band.
Yeah.
You have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm going to have a busy 4 weeks.
How do you
4 weeks, 4 days.
4 weeks, a month.
Yeah.
Taking a month off.
How do I relax?
Yeah.
Man, I really don't have, I feel like, I don't know, maybe my brain doesn't work the way that other people's does, because if I have to get things done, but I know I haven't really taken the time to relax, which is weird, but that totally happens to me all the time. It's just man, I really need to not do stuff today. I'm really good about being I'll just fucking do it tomorrow. It's okay. I know that I've got time to do it. So then to relax, normally, I'll just hang out. Coffee helps me relax, even though it's the opposite of what it's supposed to do.
Yeah,
but
a stimulant.
Caffeine doesn't really do anything for me. Honestly, ever. Energy drinks never did anything unless it's Red Line, which are nice. And they're not terrible for you, which is cool. So I don't know, a nice cup of coffee and then catch up on some movies that I know that I need to watch. The other day, I guess it's a perfect example. It was the day that you went to your dad's house. I've been really wanting to watch Annihilation and The Witch, but I want to do a whole thing to watch The Witch. So I got home and I was like, okay, I can either do stuff for my podcast that needs to get done, or I could just not and do it later. And it ended up getting done, but I definitely did not have a hard time just carving out a little 2.5 hour niche for myself, just being because our friend Jordan was going to come over and help me with the stuff. And then I texted him, I was like, nah, if you can come over at 8:30, that would be cool. Bring your magic cards. We'll play some magic too.
Right.
And he was like, all right. Cause that, the night before I was hanging out with him and he was like, dude, you need to
watch this movie so you can give it back because it's been sitting in our house for 2 months.
That, and he was like, you need to relax. Like, you need to take some time for
Wait,
yourself.
is that what you meant by I need? Because you said like there's movies I need to watch. My first thought was like, you need to watch a movie?
No,
are you like in a movie of the month club?
I need this.
I'm not, but The Witch.
Do you have a rental you have to turn back into Blockbuster?
No. Like, there's just like certain movies that like my friends who know me pretty well are like, you need to watch this because you will really, really like this movie.
Okay.
And that's what I mean. Also, Annihilation, we've had it for a month and we just now watched it. But yeah, no, I mean, like the night before we had recorded an episode the other day, and then I had to mix the whole thing, like the hour and a half long episode, and I had to record another episode and mix and edit that episode too. From 6, I got there at like 7 o'clock, and I didn't leave until like 1, and I had to work the next morning. So we were planning on that night, the next night, like doing some more work, and he was like, if you need a day, you can do that. But sometimes I don't know, I just like to get shit done though. So I try and find times to relax in like little hours, not all day. But
Little pockets
of relaxing. It's nice.
Pockets of relaxation.
What about you?
How do I relax?
Yeah, like what's your picture perfect way to relax on a day that you don't have anything that you really have to do?
I'm not much of I used to be a movie, like watching TV kind of a thing or movies thing. And I'm not so much anymore. Honestly, for me, it's weird because I hate driving. But if I know I have a full day off to do nothing, I like getting in my car, putting on a little Spotify, a daily mix, push play, and just drive around. And
in circles.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll drive around this little quadrant and look for like garage sales or something and just kind of pop in. And that's
nice.
Totally relaxing for me. I don't know what it is.
Just running around.
Listening to some tunes. Maybe I'll put on a podcast. Because I can like just... It sounds weird. I can zone out while driving, which you shouldn't. You should really be focused.
I've been driving so long, though. I feel like I'm kind of autopiloting all the time.
Yeah. Have you ever done that? Like you drive, like almost every morning I drive to work. I get to work and as soon as I clock in, I'm like, I don't remember driving here. Like, how did I get from my house to here? And it makes you think like it's so easy to get in a wreck because everyone's on autopilot.
Yeah. Especially first thing in the morning.
Yeah. And then there's some people who are like just pissed and rageful on autopilot.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, like that's stressful.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's how like I kind of unwind.
So, well, speaking of, I was driving out to my dad's for the July 3rd celebration.
Yeah.
And I'm
put a pin in that, by the way.
All right. I'm getting on the on-ramp to go to one of the highways to go out towards my dad's. And I clearly had the right of way. Mm-hmm. Like I had a yield sign, but the guy coming on the other side of the on-ramp was like way behind me.
Right.
So what does he do? He like floors it. Ugh. And I didn't cut the guy off. I had my signal on. If we would have just zipper merged, which I don't get why people in general, but especially in Oklahoma, do not understand the concept of zipper merging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One at a time.
Yeah.
You get one, I get one. You get one, I get one. It keeps things flowing.
Yeah.
That way somebody isn't stopped on a fucking on-ramp, which is one of my pet peeves.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if it's just a yield sign. It's like, yeah, you yield, but you yield and go and then slide over.
You don't stop.
No, that fucking pisses me off, and it happens all the time. So anyways, I try to get on the highway here. Had plenty of space. I was going plenty fast enough, and he just guns it and comes right up on my ass, like almost hits me. Like, I drive a small car, so I looked in my rear view and I could see his Chevy logo like on my back glass pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And I was so pissed, and I wanted to give him a brake job.
Yeah,
I wanted to give him a brake, just a little pump.
Just get a new car.
Yeah, you just rear-end me. This Joker's almost paid off. Yeah. Like, you just rear-end me, and I'll get that Camaro I've been wanting for a long time.
Yeah, and then you can go find a bridge, because fuck you.
Yeah, and then he does that, and then he gets on my right-hand side, and he looks over at me, and he's just like, I don't know, like, if Super Mario was a real guy, that's what he looked like.
So he was 3 foot tall,
suspenders,
giant mustache,
huge bulbous nose,
and a cap.
Just a cuck.
Isn't this? Yeah. A red cap with some white letters on the front.
You say Mario is a cuck?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Oh, he's a bitch.
He doesn't get with Princess Peach. He just saves her every game.
I don't think the Mario brothers are actually brothers. That's another theory, but continue your story.
So he comes
They're
up beside
lovers.
me. He looks over and he flips me off.
Nice.
He gives you the bird?
He gave me the bird.
What a cool dude.
And dude,
Did he roll the window down to do it?
well, he didn't have tinted windows. So I just
so he's
saw-
a bitch.
Yeah.
This guy has no money.
Poor.
Poor. Put that on the list. No chocolate, untinted windows.
Onions.
Onions.
White onions.
White onions.
So yeah, he flips me off and I just look at him and I just gave him the peace sign.
Yeah,
Oh.
dude. That's the best.
And I just kind of smirked at him like, you think I'm going to flip you off, but I'm just like,
I got 2 fingers here.
peace, bro. But
Yeah.
it got me to thinking,
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was a counter to the middle finger that was one step worse.
Oh, yeah.
Like a real, like, fuck your mother.
Like
you know?
like a double bird, but double bird isn't enough.
But it'd have to be something weird. Like a gang sign
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
that you could flash somebody.
You
And
just do blood.
Well, okay, there's the under the chin, that thing.
Yeah.
Ugh. And then there's like the biting your thumb, which is like an old English thing. There's never like a...
what about
Yeah.
this one?
Yeah, you could have given me the old classic BJ.
The old tongue in cheek.
The old tongue in
Yeah,
cheek.
I love that one.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It sounds gross on
Yeah,
the mic.
it sounds
But here's the
gross.
thing. When people do that thing, I've never seen it. I've never had a person put my penis in their mouth and then push it against their cheek like that.
Yeah, like a wad of bubble gum.
That's now that happens. You don't go inside like you're brushing your teeth with my cock.
But it would look really weird if I looked over at the guy and I went,
Basically saying, "I'll suck your dick."
yeah. For being a bad driver, I would definitely be sending the wrong message.
So this guy's driving a truck, right?
Big red pickup.
Did it have balls on it?
You know, you should get one of those small little American flags, and next time a dude in a pickup truck flips you off, you just light it on fire because you know that they're like super patriotic for no reason, like their brother was in the military or something, not them. Yeah,
Right. Or
They'll
their child,
Yeah.
perhaps, you know.
yeah, or their pappy.
Right.
Their pappy. My grandpa, every time he gets cut off on the highway, he's like, I wish this car had a gun on it. And I was like he wants a 007 car for when people cut him off, so he can just be like, and like they're dead.
No, dude, I want an Inspector Gadget car, so it's not as I guess fatal.
Yeah, it's
so you're
just fun.
Like, I'm just gonna push this, get in front of him, and push this little button that squirts out this oil. So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
like they spin around
Classic
a little bit,
oil
which
slick.
they'll probably get in a car wreck and die.
Yeah.
Which is rad. Fuck him.
I want, so it's funny you bring that up, Dylan, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what could I have in my car?
Yeah.
Like that could be the step further than the middle finger. And I thought like, my first thought was like, well, being in Oklahoma, maybe like a satanic Bible.
Yeah.
So I could like hold it up, which would be indicative of me like, I'm going to cast a spell on you or, you know, I'm going to curse you or whatever. But
You
I
can
thought-
borrow mine.
No, dude,
That'd be in your car.
No, a floppy dildo. You just roll around and just slap it around, just to throw them off. Like, what the hell?
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
A pocket pussy, like a realistic, and finger it. This is you.
Yeah, aggro fingering,
Yeah.
I thought eggs. If I just rolled around with a carton of eggs
and just egg their car.
and threw an egg at him,
Dude.
Oh, that could be considered. You could probably get arrested
like
for that.
vandalism or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I used to do that all the time.
Yeah, no,
I
you
would
told-
say don't
you've told
do it
stories.
because it is really easy to get in the habit of just throwing eggs at cars. Like, not even ones that did anything bad to you. Just like, you know what? I'm bored. Thunk. And then you're in a high-speed chase.
And you also might be shot in Oklahoma. Like I could see some
Yeah.
redneck dude getting really pissed off and
Yeah.
like shooting or like showing a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you show your carton of eggs.
Now is okay. Remember? Okay, so paintball is a thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Zap It gun? It was like an Uzi with a ink cartridge, and it would
Disappearing
shoot,
ink,
and it
yeah.
would shoot ink.
What?
Now, what if you could manipulate that gun to have a longer range, and you have that in your car, and then you just ink their car?
Yeah.
You're not hurting anybody. You're just going like, "Hey, man."
But then you're also pointing a pretty realistic looking gun
Oh,
at
those
a
were
car.
extremely
Yeah,
realistic
it looked
looking.
like your classic 80s box Uzi.
Yeah.
You know, with the
Man.
long clip.
Yeah.
It's classic Uzi.
That's awesome.
Dude, the Uzi is such a 90s gun.
Dude.
Yeah.
it
No
is.
one uses Uzis, right?
Such a tight name, though.
Yeah, no, they don't use those for like military use.
No.
Like the recoil on those is ridiculous, and it's like a pistol. It's like a fat pistol that's just a square on top of your hand.
Yeah.
So it shoots a bajillion bullets.
So would you say this? So an Uzi is the 80s gun or 90s gun?
I think
90s. I feel like.
Actually, I think the Uzi might be
Yeah.
80s.
That's a pretty realistic looking Uzi.
Let's see that Joker. Is that the Zap It gun?
Except it says Zap It in red on the side.
Well, you just get a Sharpie and take care of that.
shit over.
It looks like it's funny because it's like a baby Uzi.
What makes
with
the
a
noise?
big
The picture, it
handle.
looks, it's got a giant. Well, Uzis have giant long handles with your cartridge in it,
Right,
and when
but-
you squeeze the trigger, it would make kind of like a
Yeah.
noise.
So cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's realistic enough that
Yeah.
if you pointed that at somebody, you'd be in trouble.
Yeah,
That is so
you get shot
cool,
by the
though.
cops.
Get shot by the cops.
So can I go back to what you're saying about
Yeah,
the July
yeah.
3rd celebration?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is about to be some heat. I know it is.
Hold on. Do we need a...
Yeah, let's go ahead. Celebrate the holiday on the goddamn holiday. I've been seeing it was like a week before July 4th. People were like, fireworks celebration. I'm like, it's June 30th, you dumb shit. You're
not even in the same month.
You're not even in the same month yet. Like, wait a tick. And I blame Target and Walmart and all these goddamn stores that start putting out shit way too early.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Well, falls on a Wednesday. I'm like, then celebrate it on a fucking Wednesday. It's the day. You don't go celebrate Christmas on December 22nd.
Some people do.
Motherfucker.
Some people do.
Jews.
Whoa.
No, they don't celebrate Christmas. They celebrate Hanukkah. It's 8 days, 8 crazy nights. Is that the Billy Madison movie?
Yes,
Billy
it is.
Madison
The Billy
movie.
Madison movie.
No. Just celebrate the holiday on the day you're supposed to.
I get it, but man, we have things we got to do. We're busy people. See, we did ours because my stepsister, her birthday is July 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
She was going out of town with her husband on July 4th through the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to the lake, as many Americans do.
Yeah.
So we did that because it was getting together for her birthday
Sure.
and popping some fireworks while we're there.
And she'd
Yeah.
be out of town for
Yeah.
she'd be out.
But I totally feel you, man. Like, it's weird to me, and I get it. Like, I'm not an idiot. I know why they put out the Christmas stuff at Thanksgiving. It's like so they can sell more of it
Yeah.
and get people excited about the holiday. But, I don't know. The thing that bothers me about the 4th of July are the people that are so, I guess, anti-human that they post about how we should not do fireworks because of dogs.
Yeah.
Dude,
Hey, if you do that, you know what I'm saying? Get a life.
I don't give a fuck about your stupid ass dog, okay?
No,
I care about freedom. I care about America.
You shouldn't shoot fireworks because it's a waste of fucking money. Like, you're literally blowing up. My dad always said that every 4th. He's like, why would I buy fireworks? Might as well just light a stack of hundreds on fire.
First of all, you never spend hundreds at a
No.
family
Dude,
event.
my uncle, R.I.P., dropped thousands of dollars on fireworks.
Well, because you had a dope ass uncle.
He was pretty dope.
Yeah, you always have that one uncle.
Yeah.
But it's
that
like,
will spend
I get
hundreds
to blow
of dollars.
shit up.
Yeah.
All right.
hundreds of dollars, and it was awesome. I'm like, it looks cool. Thank you for doing that. I would never do that. As a kid, I would drop like $20 on like a roll of Black Cats, couple of fizzle rockets and whatever.
Yeah, dude.
With or without the scooter stick.
Joe Dirt. Nice.
Best scene in Joe Dirt.
Yeah, so good. My thing about the dog thing though is like I get it. Like I'm home last night, trying to relax,
Right.
Prioritizing my
Can we
list
edit out
for
the thing I said
weekend.
about Jews, by the way?
So Olivia and I are chilling at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm prioritizing the list of things I have to do this weekend. Just trying to relax.
Got your monocle on, your list.
Yes, my
your quill.
my banker's hat, my little Mr. Belvedere lamp, the green banker's lamp. Anyways, so I keep seeing these posts about like, oh, we shouldn't do fireworks because of dogs, or everybody's posting a picture of their dog, like
Freaking out.
Oh, no, not even freaking out, because the truth is they don't really freak out unless they're standing next to a firework, which would freak out me.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I get that punk and I like that fuse, I'm almost like, ah! And I just
Run the fuck away.
tail between my legs, just running.
No!
It's a smoke bomb, Rob. You don't
Hide
have to
behind
run
a tree.
away.
I love to smoke
It's a
bombs.
snake. It's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
So I see all these pictures like, oh, over it. My dog's over it. Oh, this is fucking bullshit. Dude, Olivia was laying on my bed. I was at my computer desk, keeping an eye on her. There were fireworks. There's a huge fireworks festival like 2 blocks from my house.
Mm-hmm.
Fireworks are going off all night.
But was it loud or was it like, pop, pop?
Yeah. Pop, pop. No, you know what it sounded like? somebody closed a car door.
Yeah.
Like
A lot. Someone's just opening and closing a car door repeatedly.
it's like, the thing is, I'm saying is like, pick your battles. Like, do we really have to be so upset about this?
No.
Olivia didn't even flinch.
Yeah.
She didn't care. Well, probably because she's so old and deaf, but like she didn't care.
Yeah.
Now, furthermore, when I'm at my dad's, we're setting off, there's 2 phases of fireworks. There's your pre-sunset fireworks.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then there's the main event.
Yeah.
And we're doing the pre-sunset fireworks
Which are
at
like
my dad's.
black cat, like throwing firecrackers.
M80s,
Yeah.
black cats. Maybe
Now, did you do the thing where you fill a bucket with water and drop the M80 in it?
I've done it. We didn't do it this year.
Put it into a turtle's mouth and blow him up.
Yeah. Wow. Fucking
I didn't
Joshua
do that.
Dahmer over here.
No, that's a Beavis and Butthead, bro. Or it's a frog. Never mind. Continue.
Anyways, so we're doing the pre-sunset fireworks, and we're doing the M80s, we're doing the snakes, we're doing the sparklers, the smoke bombs,
yeah.
those little bouncy, I think they're called bumblebees that kind of just go beep, 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 and spin around. We're doing some of those. We're doing some of those classic
Wait, did you say you
whistling
did sparklers
chasers.
in the daytime?
Yeah.
Sparkles at nighttime, bro. You get that light. And you spell your name.
Well, you do them at night, of course,
Yeah.
but I think that they're a universal.
Yeah,
firework.
those can bleed over.
Yeah.
Those are a nice dusk. They're a good dusk.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was
When
dusk.
you give a sparkler to like a kid, not like a child, but like a kid who can hold a fucking sparkler, you want those during the day, because the last thing you want to see is just like ah ha ha, and then someone fall and then that sparkler go out, and you're like,
Yeah.
did it go in the dirt or in their chest?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
When you hear the sizzle,
yeah,
that old sparkler sizzle, you
That
know
old
something went
sparkler
wrong.
yeah, no,
Well, anyways, so one of the guys that was there, he brought his dog, and he's like this like older lab, like a chocolate lab,
oh,
and we're doing like the little crappy small fountains that aren't
Yeah.
huge. They just kind of go, and
Yeah.
then they're done. Every time we did one, the dog ran up to the firework and tried to bite it.
Yeah.
The sparkles.
yeah.
And I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh no, stay back, buddy.
Yeah.
Dog's name is Odin. Stay back, Odin. Stay back.
That's a cool ass name.
Hey, it's a cool dog. Real cool dog.
Did he have an eye patch?
Real cool dog.
But yeah, and then Tanner, the dog's owner, was like, don't worry about it. He'll learn. And I was like, that's a dog dad that I
Yeah.
like. Like, yeah, you're not going to spend all your time worrying about a dog. Like,
coddle the dog.
don't coddle the dog. Just let the dog be a dog. And if the dog
Yeah.
gets hurt, the dog gets hurt.
It happens.
That reminds me of being a kid, 4th of July at the same aunt and uncle's house. He was the cool uncle who would go across state lines and buy bottle rockets in the bundles.
Yeah, dude.
Give them to us kids. We'd go across the street in the woods and we'd have bottle rocket wars. Super fucking dangerous. But that's how you learn.
Yeah.
Don't aim for the face. I mean, they are going to go where they're going to go. But that kind of, and you just get M80s, just throw them at each other. Like, and then my parents going, don't do that. It's like, just be careful.
Yeah.
We did the bottle rocket fights. We did the Roman candle fights. One time it went terribly wrong though. We were doing one, and I shot a Roman candle at my friend who will remain nameless, and it went. He was wearing a tank top, and it went into his shirt, like right in his back there, and then it popped. And he came over and he pulled his shirt up, and it looked like, in the Looney Tunes when the bomb explodes in Daffy Duck's face, and it's just like a circle with a bunch of like black smoke lines.
Yeah.
It looked exactly like
And he
that.
had to turn his beak around. Yeah.
It looked like that, and he got a little red mark. I mean, it didn't like scorch his skin. He didn't get like severe burns, but like it was red. It was irritated. He had an explosion in his shirt.
Yeah.
That was scary. But yeah, like
But he was fine.
he was fine.
You fucking wash it off and you shoot. I would shoot you back.
Yeah, exactly. You better
Suck
run.
it the fuck
Yeah.
up.
You better
yeah.
run.
Yeah. I'm getting you
oh,
twice.
You pop me? Fuck you, bro. Like,
We used to have BB gun fights.
Oh, yeah.
Where we had
dude.
like not high powered air rifles, but
No,
like
like pump action.
the
like,
daisies.
Yeah.
The spring pistol that looked very real.
Oh, yeah. It looked like
Yeah.
a fucking 9mm,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
really it goes, "Pachoo."
Yeah. You could see the BB coming
Yeah.
out and
Yeah.
falling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could matrix your way around it.
And I had a Red Ryder BB gun, with the emblazoned logo on the buttstock and the real wood and everything.
Yeah.
And it wasn't high power. It wasn't an air rifle. It was a spring BB gun. And
Yeah.
we would take those out to the woods and shoot each other with them.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, not in the face.
Mhm.
You know.
Neck down.
the worst thing that can happen, I mean, it's bad, but like, worst thing, shoot your eye out. All right. Worst thing, obviously, really bad. However, most kids, if your dad is like, don't shoot your friend's face, then you're like, word.
Yeah,
Got
you would go for the legs.
Yeah.
You would go for the legs.
I'm sure neck down, mostly at the legs. Yeah.
I'm sure everyone's got a friend or a relative, knows someone that has a BB somewhere in their body.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I've got a BB like in between these joints or whatever. Write us, Boys at Boys podcast, if you have a BB or have a BB gun story, because I feel like everyone's got one.
Yeah, I think that was going to be like the question for this week. You know, we've been asking these questions, which have been super fun. But I was going to say, like, have you ever had a fireworks mishap?
Yeah.
Like, let's hear your fire, because you know you always hear like, oh, black cat went off in my hand and I lost my pinky. You know, or I actually have had a black cat go off in my hand when I was a kid, and it hurt
so
but
bad.
It also made my palm numb.
Well, yeah.
It makes it numb for a little
Super
bit.
numb.
Well, if you hold on to it, that's when you blow a digit off. But if you just let it go, it's just gonna, like in Armageddon. There's that scene where I talk about that. Yeah, it's you hold on to it, it causes compression, and then
and that's why your fingers go flying.
Yeah, because you're compressing it.
I wasn't compressing.
No, but it tingles like a motherfucker.
Yeah, like my hand was asleep for minutes, you know, and it freaked me out as a kid.
You're like fucks with your nerves. Your nerves are like, that was too much. What was that? What was that again? Oh, do we just hurt now?
I did freak out. I didn't think I was dying or anything, but I thought that my hand was never going to wake up.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh no, it happened to me, you know? But yeah, the dog thing, like, I get it. Like, of course, dogs don't like fireworks if you're shooting them off in your backyard.
They don't like loud noises.
Yeah, my dog doesn't like when I get out of bed too hard. She freaks out if I like put my feet down too hard in the morning, you know? So I don't know. It irks me a little bit.
Dude.
Just a little.
Me too. Because I mean, like when you think about it, like, oh, don't shoot off fireworks, scare my dog. Well, okay, but your dog doesn't have to deal with like living in America now. You know, like how there are scary things that are happening now, and like they don't know if they live in a bad neighborhood. They don't know all this other terrible shit that us as humans know. They don't have to deal with that. We have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Now, look, your dog has to deal with my fucking fireworks because it's the only scary thing that it knows all fucking month long. Shut the fuck up.
Your dog doesn't know about human trafficking. Your dog doesn't know about all this fucked up shit. All it knows is you feed it twice a day.
Yeah.
You let it out. It shits and pisses in the yard. And it comes back inside and sleeps most of the day.
It knows you love it.
Yeah.
Some dogs know how to play fetch. Some dogs know how to sit and lay down. They don't know about sex trafficking.
Yeah.
Like,
dogs got it easy.
Yeah. And now you're going to cry to me about how your dog's scared of fireworks. You got a shit dog then, all right? Like, have your dog suck the fuck up.
Are you beating it?
Yeah,
I saw like, I guess a meme, I guess, and it was like on one side it was a picture of this German Shepherd from World War II, and it was like this beautiful dog, black and white photo. This dog has like a helmet on and like goggles.
Dope.
And he's like decked out.
Pilot. Cool dog.
Pilot dog.
Yeah. When it was like 1943 or whatever, this dog parachuted into a battlefield and chewed the face off of 30 German soldiers.
Fuck yes.
This dog had a Purple Heart. And then on the right, it was like a Pomeranian or a Chihuahua, one of those like scaredy dogs.
Yeah.
And it was like, this dog's afraid of black cats. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. You know, we talk about the pussification of society, the American culture, or whatever, but it's like, that's a perfect example.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, dogs don't need birthday parties. Dogs don't need, you know, the dog marriage. I saw something in the Paseo, or not Paseo, in the Plaza District a few weeks ago. They had a mass dog wedding, and all the white hipsters came, and then they, you know, were drinking their craft beer, and they had their dogs, and they had dog weddings. And I was like, ugh.
That's an arranged forced marriage. That dog doesn't know the other dog. That dog can't consent to you that it wants. No, dog birthdays. I don't. My wife asked me, like, so when's Charlie's birthday? Like, when do you know Charlie? I was like, I have no fucking idea. I got my dog at a 7-Eleven, or not a 7-Eleven. I got him outside of a fucking
the hot dog
pound. Like, these white trash people were bringing him in. Like, I don't know. He could have been 1. He could have been 2. I don't know. He was a puppy. I have no idea. I don't bother him about that. I let him be a dog.
Let me ask you this. Do you think he cares?
No.
Does your dog know your birthday?
No.
Does
Charlie come in and go, hey man, happy birthday, dude?
Yeah.
No. My dog doesn't even know how old. My dog doesn't even understand what's outside of my house and yard.
That's why dogs have it easy, man. Like, they don't get they like, there's not a dog with an existential crisis.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, no, I lick my ass and there's food in my bowl.
Yeah.
Cool.
No
All right.
dog has ever had a midlife crisis.
Now, how crazy would it be if like science got to the point where they could like do psychological stuff, like put a helmet, like that thing they put on the dude in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
They put that over his head. And
Wait,
then,
the soup strainer?
yeah, the soup strainer,
the spaghetti
and
strainer.
you're just reading all of his thoughts. And yeah, your dog's just like, how many days left before I die? What happens after I die? Like just freaking. No, it's gonna go. I love the smell of butts. Why do I like the smell of butts? I don't know.
what are
Hey, a
butts?
squirrel. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like,
Hey, look at that.
Hey,
Yeah.
this dog has a hole at the end of it. I like the way it smells.
Yeah.
Not even butts. It's like, dude, your dog doesn't know shit, man. Chill out. Like,
it
your dog
literally
even
doesn't
get-
know shit.
It doesn't know anything.
and the
Don't
thing
marry
is-
it.
The thing is like, I love my dog. I love dogs. I'm a dog person. Like,
Yeah.
I love dogs. They're so sweet. And I'm a good dog dad for the most part.
You
like,
are.
I give Olivia attention. I make sure she's fed, watered, taken care of,
Yeah, give her little rubbies.
Yeah. But I'm not going to marry my dog. Like, that sounded weird. I'm not going to do that. I don't need to get her things. Like,
Yeah.
she's got toys. They're all gross. They're old. They're wet.
Well, she got a new toy.
She did. Well, guess who got her that toy?
Oh, Kate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be running around sometimes and Kate's like, Olivia needs this. And I'm like, does she? Does she need it?
Yeah.
Would it be cool for her to have it? Sure. You know,
my
that's
dog needs a sweater.
sweet.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
Nope. Your dog's got fur.
Don't even get me started on dressing up animals. It makes my blood boil. And sorry for all the negativity, but I just can't stand a dressed up dog.
Yeah.
Clothes were not invented for dogs.
can't stand a dressed up dog.
I get the collar.
Yeah.
The collar is a utilitarian garment.
Yeah, you could put your leash on it.
You put
it
your dog
had
tag
information on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Collars I get.
Yeah.
But like a sweater or like a Halloween costume.
Your dog already has a sweater.
Dude,
Your dog already has a sweater.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking fur.
Yeah.
fellas, I was at a shopping establishment. It's an outdoor shopping establishment, and I'm walking to my car, and coming from the thing, there's this big dog. He's got his little service dog vest on, but he had on fucking boots. They put boots on this dog. Your dog does not.
Hold on. What kind of boots?
Like they look like doggy combat boots.
Well, was it walking on asphalt?
Yeah, but it doesn't need combat boots.
It doesn't need combat boots, no. But some of them, like some people will put like little like bootsies on their dog's feet if it has to walk around on concrete for a long time because it will like fuck with the,
How about
the
this,
pads
man?
of their feet.
This dude was not blind. This dude was not disabled. It was just a fucking dude who wanted to bring his dog somewhere. Don't bring your fucking dog to the mall. Just leave your dog at home. He'll be fine for the hour and a half, 2 hours you're shopping.
Right.
Don't just this whole service dog thing. It fucking infuriates me, especially if you're on a plane and someone brings their fucking Chihuahua poodle on there and you're like, you don't need this dog with you.
Yeah.
Why are you taking it?
There's a difference. I agree. There's a difference between a dog leading a blind person.
Exactly.
You know, I get that. Dogs can be like anxiety relief or stress relief, but it's like,
Yeah.
bro, we're all nervous on the plane. We all think we're going to die. Like, why do you get to hold a dog?
Well, but but here's the thing. Where's the line? So you can bring a little teacup Chihuahua with you. Well, what if my emotional support animal is
A dildo.
a goat?
Well,
A goat?
Yeah, or like a larger.
Like a greyhound? You have a giant
my,
greyhound?
my giant fucking my Saint Bernard needs a seat.
my service elephant.
Right.
Where is it going to go?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the broad spectrum, but it's the same fucking concept. Like, I just don't like, you go to like the Pump or you go to all these outdoor bars or whatever, where like just like everyone's got their fucking dog. Like,
See, but I do want to bring Olivia to let's say the Pump. That's a perfect example.
well, here's the thing though. You could do it because you're not an all night hangout rager guy. You'll show up, have a couple of drinks, and then bounce.
Yeah.
I've seen people with their dog from like noon to like 9 with your dog there. So you got to clean up shit and piss, and your dog doesn't want to party with you, man.
Your dog doesn't want to be at the high low. I can tell. I can.
Right?
I can.
No.
I can
People don't even want to
guarantee.
be at the high low. They just have to be there now.
I guarantee that your dog does not want to sit in a smoky bar.
I've seen multiple dogs at the high low too many times to count, and it's I don't get it. Your dog's gonna get lung cancer, man. That's how that happens.
It's the saddest kind of lung cancer too. The kind you get at the high low.
Yeah. or God knows what else. Your dog might sniff up Coke residue off of a seat.
Yum.
Have you ever been the type to take your dog to a bar?
Well,
grill?
my dogs just aren't. My dogs are like they have social anxiety. You put my dogs around anybody that they don't know, and they're gonna freak out. I have pussy dogs, and I get it, but that's just who they are. Two, I wouldn't subject them to bringing them in public because why? It's almost like, look at me, look at my cute ass dog. You want to pet my cute dog? No.
Well, see, I have a cute dog.
Yeah.
I have a real cute dog, real good girl. And I know that if I took her to the pump or, a patio somewhere,
People would love 'em.
People would not leave her alone. But that's the other reason I don't bring her in public. I want to be left alone.
Yes.
Like if I go, let's say you and I go to the pump. Let's say it's a Friday afternoon. We're like, hey, let's go get a beer. It's beautiful outside. And you and I go. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want strangers coming up to me and petting my dog.
I don't like when people I know come up to me. Like, hey man, how's it going? Hey.
Oh, tell me that's not right on point. Like if I go out, let's say the three of us were going to go to Speakeasy to have a little boys meeting or something, a little boys meeting.
Right.
And then I'm petrified when somebody I know walks in. I'm just like, oh, James Nim. Oh man. I feel like no, I got to say hi.
I feel like we love you, James.
I love James. That's my point though. It's like I love James Nim, of course. But it's like, oh, is he going to sit with this? Oh, no.
No, it's not the one person that can you think in your mind like, what if another person shows up? And then this little meeting that was supposed to only be an hour, one beer, turns into now it's a group setting and you're there closing the fucking bar down.
Yeah.
Like, because you called because you wanted to go have a little meeting.
Just stay home. I should have stayed home.
We could have done this over Skype.
I feel like it always happens to me with people that I know, but I don't like hang out with. So then it's always like they'll walk up like, oh hey dude, what's up? I'm like, nothing. What's up, dude? And they're like, oh, just hanging out. So was this worth it?
Right.
Like, was this like us just being like, hey, essentially that conversation's like, hey, you're here. Hey, you're here too. Cool.
Well, you do that small talk thing where it's like, so you still doing that one thing?
No, and you're racking your brain like, where does he work? What does he do? What's his name?
Or like I said before, what is his name?
Yeah.
How do I know this person?
Yeah.
Who do they date?
Yep.
Are they still dating? Are they divorced? Can I bring that person's name up without causing emotional distress?
Right.
Oh, we've talked about this before. Like the classic move, if you don't remember somebody's name, is to like let's say Joe Trussell walks in right now and I couldn't remember Joe's name. And I'm like, hey man, this is my friend Dylan. And oh, hey, I'm Joe.
Yeah.
Like, got it.
Yeah.
Back in the bank for 1 minute.
I put money down to like remember someone's name of like, hey man, hey, you want to do a shot? Go to the bar and you buy a shot. Hey man, this is my bro here. And I introduce it to the bartender and then they'll say his name like, cool, that cost me $10. Now I remember your name.
And I'll never forget old $10 Curtis.
$10 Curtis.
With back to what you were talking about, like taking your dog into public. I've taken Olivia into public.
Wait, you stolen my man's dog and taken it to public?
No, I took her with me to Tulsa.
Oh,
because Robbie was out of town and I had to go out of town too. And instead of like asking Amanda to watch your sweet little angel, I was like, oh, I'll
Olivia got a little road trip.
Yeah,
that's
She's
cool.
really good in the car. Bad with bigger dogs though. She bit my grandparents' pit bull. I was like, girl, are you dumb? Like, this dog will slay your ass because Olivia's got a good 10 years on this pit bull. And this pit bull's got like 60 pounds on Olivia and a mouth the size of Olivia's little apple head. And Olivia's super lucky that our pit bull Rue is like a super sweet dog.
I think Olivia was just displaying a little bit of dominance.
That's what I thought she was going to do. That's what I thought she was doing too.
Did she have the ridge back of fur?
No.
Really?
Olivia was just like, she walks in, sees our pit bull and sees our Dachshund and fucking punks on this Dachshund. Our Dachshund was terrified of Olivia. And so was Rue. Rue was kind of like, if like a jock walks up and it's like, fucking pussy, and you know you can't do anything about it.
Like, come on, man.
You just like kind of walk off. You're like, man, fuck that guy. That's what Rue did, but Rue was the fucking jock, and Olivia just like Revenge of the Nerds her, and like our pitbull just didn't know what to do. But I took Olivia.
She George McFly'd him and punched him in the face.
Yeah, it was weird. And she would do it every time. Every time the pit bull came up, she was just like, fuck you. It's like, whoa. But I had Olivia on the leash, and I had to go to a pottery store, and I was like walking around off of Peoria over there, where all the hipsters hang out. And I was just like walking around, and there was like, of course, I turned the corner, and there's a fucking bachelorette party about to walk into a restaurant waiting on their table, and I was like, fuck, like, because I know I'm gonna walk by with Olivia, and there's gonna be 20 women that are just like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. And that's exactly what
20
happened.
women with penis hats on, with a sash that says
and a buzz going.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, she's so cute, can we pet her, blah blah blah. And Olivia's just like, and I was just like, oh, I really got things to do, and just like kept walking.
See that? Like, I totally understand. Like, if you're taking your dog somewhere with you because you have nowhere to leave the dog, and it's there and back. Like, if you happen to like, oh yeah, I was taking the dog to the park and I had to go do this other thing, but yeah, I'll swing by the pump for a minute and get a beer.
Yeah,
that's one thing. But if you're just like hanging out, bringing your dog with you everywhere because. And using the service animal thing as like an excuse.
Yeah.
See, I thought about that. I thought about getting on Amazon and getting her a service dog costume.
Yeah.
Right?
Like a Halloween costume?
Yeah.
No, yeah, you put like a cop uniform on. Like, no, this is an actual legit security dog.
But let me ask you this. Let's say I was the guy that wanted to bring her on an airplane. Mm-hmm. If she's wearing a service dog vest, which I'm sure you can find on Amazon, costume or not, is anybody going to question it? Like, do I have to show documentation that she's a service dog?
I think on airplanes you do. You could take that bitch on a fucking train. You could bring anything on a train. You could bring probably drugs on a train. Amtrak.
Is there TSA for trains?
No. Dude, you walk up there with a bag. Have you ever been on a train?
I've never been on a train.
Dude, it's the best. And a guy takes your ticket, and you just get on that fucking... Actually, they don't even take your ticket. You just get on. And then as the train's going, a guy comes by, checks your ticket, puts a little slip above you, and that's it.
What if you don't have a ticket? Are they going to throw mama from the train?
They drop you off at the next stop.
Really?
Yeah.
That's you can gangsta.
Yeah. So if you wanted to go to Norman without spending any gas, hop on the Amtrak at the Santa Fe station at 8 a.m., get on that shit, get to Norman, and they'll be like, oh, you don't have a ticket. You got to get off here. Oh, okay. Thanks for the free ride.
And then you just do it on the way back too?
Yeah, same thing. Just hop back on.
I feel like you can do that once.
Yeah, you can probably get away with it once. Unless you go to a store, you get a costume, put a little mustache on.
Yeah.
A little wig. Just free rides.
You get on my shoulders and we put one of those really long overcoats.
Yeah.
That always was so weird to me.
Yeah. Two kids stacked on top of each other.
I want to say it's like the Olsen twins.
Yeah. Mary-Kate and Ashley
did it. Yeah.
Little Rascals definitely did it a couple of times.
Yeah. Totally.
But here's the thing. So it's a very tall human being with a tiny head.
A long torso.
But no hands because the jacket has no arms.
And tiny little legs.
Yeah.
And then a face that pops out from like the crotch area every once in a while. And they go, no, get back in there. You know, always with the get back in there.
Yeah.
You're going to blow our cover. We don't look like a freak. You know?
Like so fucking weird. Slender Man.
Yeah.
Totally. Speaking of, we need to take a break.
Okay.
I need to pee.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
BoysPodcast.com is a hub of all things boys. There you'll find a link to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube.
Boys Podcast is available on iTunes.
I was just waiting to see how long it could go. As soon as you said YouTube, you just looked at me like, okay. Next?
Next?
All right.
Next. Boys Podcast available on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube. Rate, review, subscribe.
Email us, boys@boyspodcast.com. Send us some feedback. Put your physical address in the bottom of the email. We'll send you some free stickers as our way of saying thanks for listening. Thanks for contributing. You know, contributing is so important. Telling a friend is so important. Those crucial emails, so important. So make sure to shoot us an email, boys@boyspodcast.com.
Anthem Brewing, thanks to our sponsors. Anthem Brewing, anthembrewing.com. Proprietors of delicious beers, amazing summer beers. Their tap room is open 6 days a week, I think. Go to their website, anthembrewing.com. Check out their tap room. Fat Bison, fatbison.com. Maker of the finest wood signs and tables, furniture. Fatbison.com.
Speaking of Fat Bison, he has a BB in his face.
From a BB gun.
Mm-hmm. A BB gun fight, I believe.
Ooh.
Ask him about it. Yeah, go to fatbison.com and bring up the past.
Yeah. Lastly, thank you for the donations and the feedback. We're going to be asking questions every week that pertain to the episode, and it's really cool to hear you guys' responses and stuff like that. And obviously, if you respond, we talk about it on the episode. So if you want to be on the episode one way or the other, do it.
Yeah, and we do most of that on our Instagram, which is just Boys Podcast. So follow us on Instagram. Check for that weekly post. Trying to come up with a clever name for it.
Yeah,
we've been brainstorming for a cute little name, and it hasn't presented itself to us yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah,
but yeah, we are doing the questions, and it's @Boys Podcast on Instagram.
Speaking of the stories on Instagram and email, we have a couple. Our last question was, have you ever been the victim of a mooning, or have you been a moonist yourself? We've got one from Ali Ragi, and they're adding Kelsey R. Law. Why don't you tell them about the great Halloween moon of 2017? I'd like to hear about that.
Yeah, same.
There's nothing like a Halloween moon.
No,
yeah, really.
It's a full moon, and it's got to be in costume, so it's got to be a great story. So Kelsey R. Law, email us, boys@boyspodcast. Give us the full deets. We'll share your story. We'll send you some stickers, some buttons, all that shit. And then she also adds, or the sauce moon. So apparently this Kelsey R. Law is a professional moonist.
Habitual mooner.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tell us your story. We'll share your story. We'll give you some free shit.
What is your favorite moon?
The harvest moon.
Mine's the sailor moon. What about you?
I don't know that many moons.
Moons over in Miami.
Many moons ago.
Yeah, many moons ago is good.
Blue moon.
A waxing moon or a waning moon. Those are cool.
I like when the moon hits my eye.
Like a bigger pizza pie.
Any other moons? We got it covered?
Brad moon.
He's my favorite moon. All right.
Moon pies. I've never eaten a moon pie.
Oh, they're so good. The yellow. Get the yellow.
From the first sci-fi movie that has the rocket in its eyeball.
Yeah.
That one's cool.
That classic
Oh,
moon.
the Smashing Pumpkins video.
That pumpkin moon.
I remember we had a coach who did
Pumpkin moon.
A coach that he taught PE, and he always ate moon pies. And he had a box of moon pies on his desk.
You've never had a moon pie?
I've never fucking had a moon pie.
You put them in I guess you heat them up, like you microwave them. For
What?
You can
10
warm
seconds.
a moon pie, yeah. I like moon pie with ice cream, though.
Well, okay, was moon pie Hostess or Little Debbie? I think it was Little Debbie.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they all have a variety, their take on the moon pie.
I have not eaten a snack cake in I don't know how long.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I got a Twinkie waiting for me.
Yeah, I got one yesterday.
Yeah, someone left some fucking Hostess snack cakes at work, and I kept walking by it, and I was like, man, fuck it. So I grabbed the fudge, the ding dong. I
Yeah,
opened it up, took one bite, and I threw that shit in the trash.
Really?
Fucking disgusting.
Really?
Snack cakes are gross.
Are they for poor people?
Snack cakes are for poor people.
I will second that.
Little Debbie's are for poor people, specifically Little Debbie's.
Little Debbie's, Hostess, white onions, milk chocolate, untinted windows. You're poor.
Yes.
Cool.
All right. Well, now that we've offended pretty much everybody,
Cool.
let's get back to the episode.
All right.
Welcome back, episode 111. That's 3 ones, like 311, 200 away.
Just 200 away. We
Dude.
have to get to episode 311.
Oh, we can fin it. We can put the coffin nail on
last
311. That'd be the
episode.
last step.
Oh, that would be so shitty.
I know, right?
I want to get to 1,000.
Dude, that'd be so tight. 1,000 episodes.
How many years is that, though?
That's a long time. I listen to Joe Rogan a lot, and he's on like episode 1,140. That's so.
He does like 3 a week,
episodes.
though.
Yeah,
my God.
It's easy to rack those numbers up.
True.
So we were talking about our love for dogs, our love for animals,
Pets.
and
Pets.
pets, wild animals, everything in between. You know, I did something that made me feel really good the other day.
What'd you do?
And I just wanted to share it with you guys. I get up in the morning and I get ready to go to work. I go outside to get in my car to leave, and I saved a worm.
You saved a worm.
I saved
a worm.
I
I wish you
saved a
guys could
worm's
see
life.
the face that Robbie just made. Like, so proud.
I saved a very small animal this like 2 days ago. But share your story and I'll share mine.
Well, there was a little worm, a little wet worm, your classic earthworm.
Where
Moisty
was this
boy.
worm residing at the time?
The worm was residing on my walkway, on my concrete walkway, and it was morning. There was still dew on the grass. It was still nice and cool, and this worm was just worming. You know, he was just doing that little worm thing, just wiggling, convulsing, moving, but not going anywhere.
Because it was confused. It's on concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The worm.
Why can't I dig into this?
Yeah.
What is this?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
This is hot.
Yeah, wasn't hot yet.
Okay.
Now, growing up, going fishing and being in the country and stuff, like I handled many a worms in my day, but I didn't want to touch this worm. I don't know why. He was just your classic flesh pink worm.
If you did what I think you did, it's the same thing I did.
So what I did is I had my car keys and I scooped the worm up with my key and I flung the worm into my front yard. Like I launched this worm into my front yard. He's a worm. He's fine. But I saved him, man. And as silly as it sounds, it made my day.
Oh,
Yeah.
It put a smile on my face because that worm would have been,
he would have been toast.
he would have been toasted.
Isn't that
a
crazy
toasted
that
worm.
you could fling a small insect like that super long distance and it'll land and it'll survive? You can't do that to a human being. You can't pick me up and chunk me.
Or you got a ladybug on your shoulder? Give it a flick.
Just give it a flick. You're like, oh, that's really cute, but get the fuck off of me. Mine was, I'm getting ready for work. I'm putting my shoes on downstairs. And in the entryway right by my front door, I see my cat freaking out, like trying to catch something. And it's this little hornet. And the hornet's like, fuck. Like, one, trying to get away from my cat. Two, like, I don't need to be inside. I got to be outside. And it's trying to get outside. And my cat, at first I was like, yeah, kill that fucking hornet. But then I'm like, you know what? He's just trying to get outside. So I kind of walk near it to kind of scare it towards the door. And I open the door and I kind of get it on the toe of my chuck. And I kind of just kick it and let it fly outside.
Nice.
I say, I could have stepped on it. I could have let my cat kill it. Instead, I let that hornet live.
Back out into the world.
Back out to the old wild.
To terrify someone else.
But I do kill a lot of... I kill a spider anytime. I'm not letting that spider live.
See, that's my bug that I always save.
The spider?
I love spiders. Yeah.
Now, do you save it because you're like, now tell your friends I saved your ass. Do not bite me, motherfucker.
It's like, I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Put a little wire on the spider so you can surveil him.
Nah, it's just like, I know that everyone's always scared of spiders, but like, I mean, if you have spiders in your house, you have less bugs. It's just like, it's just facts.
It's the ecosystem of the household.
But normally I put them outside. Like I saw one the other day. Well, Robbie saw it the other day on the door frame of our front door. And he was just like, dude, here's this spider. And he was like, I'm going to kill it unless you want to like throw it outside. So it's just like, okay. So I just like got a little mason jar and like just like popped it over him and just scooted it and just had like a little napkin and just popped him in the and then just tossed him outside.
I've done that a time or two, but I'm kind of what do you call that? There's a balance to the force of my killing insects. So I think subconsciously I let that hornet go because a few days earlier when my band was practicing for our show, we're sitting on the back porch drinking waters, and there's this. I see this small spider web being built in a corner, and it's a fucking black widow. And it's got little egg nests.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck that. So on the table, there's like it's like a hornet insect kill, like those giant fucking wide mouth things. I'm like, it's going to kill this. So I just grab it and I just drench the entire web and nest in that shit. I'm like, damn, like, yeah, fuck that thing. Overspray.
Yeah.
Just let it drown out and then watch its little legs go, me. Like, yeah, you were going to fucking kill me.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with spiders, man. But I'll tell you what, I can't stop thinking about this worm that I saved.
What do you think happened to that worm?
This worm changed my life. I felt so good. It gave me so much joy. And I was like, I'm a nice person. I'm a good guy.
I'm a good
You
person.
saved a worm.
But I'm not the most like apathetic, I guess. Like I have a heart,
Empathetic.
Empathetic. That's the word I'm looking for. See, I don't even know what I am. But this worm, man, this fucking worm, dude, I saved his life.
I'm going to make you a little button that said, I saved a worm.
He was so cute too. He looked like that classic like worm coming out of an apple,
Yeah.
Classic
like
worm.
like the little, almost like a fucking condom. Like it has like ridges on it.
But that worm, man, I named him.
You named the worm that you flung across the yard?
I did, yeah. Well, like I said, I was like, let my people go. And I threw this worm.
What'd you name it?
Wormy.
Oh my god.
He's living in my front yard now.
Maybe. Or maybe he got eaten by another fucking thing.
A bird. Classic bird swoop. It was early. It was early.
Yeah, well, that bird got... What would have been cooler if when you flung it in midair, a bird just goes, yep.
Dude, mid-air snatch of the worm would have been so tight.
How bad would you have felt? You're just like, oh.
But that's
call
nature,
into
man.
work.
Like it's everything died. Like it all it's a turn. It's a to every season turn.
It's like, man, that worm would have been better being toasted.
Yeah,
Than being devoured by a bird in midair.
Yeah.
I mean, because think that
I'm free. Oh shit!
that worm's on the concrete.
Yeah,
It's starting to warm up.
She's like, eh.
He's wiggling around. He's like, fuck, what? I'm screwed.
Yeah.
And then this like
Got a little worm brain. I don't know what's happening.
this god key comes out of the air, flings him, and he's like, yes, no,
Squish.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Well, that goes back to that. Like, do you think that worm even realized its surround? Like going back to like your dog doesn't know anything. Do you think that worm realized where it was and that it was in peril, or how did it get on the concrete in the first place?
Fell out of a flower bed.
Oh,
Yep, that's my deductive reasoning told me that.
so why didn't you just put it back in the flower bed? You decided to
Because it's
fling
just
it.
going to fall back out.
That's exactly.
Like a little dummy.
It goes flower bed, walkway, front yard.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get you to where you need to be.
I know where you're going, boy.
My old house used to have on the back, outside the back door, there's a gutter, and there was this family of birds living in it, and they nested up in there. But they didn't build the nest. The mom didn't build the nest right, so every once in a while, a baby bird would fall out, and it would land on my back, like on the concrete slab back there. So it was still living. So I would try to put it back up in the nest, but it's at that point. But it happened so often. It's like, what the fuck do? I just pull the nest out? What do I do?
What a shitty mom.
Shitty mom.
Terrible mom.
Well, then one time the whole nest fell out. So finally I took the nest and I put it up like in a tree.
Yeah.
And that's all I could do.
That mama bird only has two jobs: build a nest,
Yeah.
and drop worms in those babies' mouths.
Yeah.
Those classic baby bird.
Well, also, bust out those eggs.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Three jobs.
Yeah,
That's not a lot.
This was a lazy ass mom. This is a lazy ass.
This is like a meth mom.
Meth mom, just fucking Section 8 the shit out of that fucking nest.
Nothing is more sad than I've seen a baby bird that has fallen out of a nest. And I mean,
Not even any like feathers on it.
No.
It's just like a.
yeah, just a little skin sack,
And
with
you're not
a
even
big
supposed
head.
to touch it.
Right. Because I've heard that growing up.
What do you get, like chopsticks for its giant dome? And
No,
you just
I got
pinch it and put it back in.
What I did was I got like the reverse pulling the sheet off the table magic trick.
Right.
I took a rag and I like scooped it up and then flung it, flopped it back into that nest.
I always heard
It's
that
tiny
growing
little
up.
brittle bird bones. It's just
Like, this fucking sucks. I heard that growing up, though. Like, you're not supposed to touch a baby bird because if the mother bird smells,
Yeah, it won't.
like if it smells foreign, then it won't feed that bird.
Yeah.
Is that what you heard too?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if that was
it's
just my
like
dad
the
lying
oils
to
that
me.
transfer from your hands to their feathers. The mama bird's like, you ain't mine.
What about this? You can rub the dust off a butterfly wing and it won't fly. You ever hear that one?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Weird.
So apparently there's some magic dust on butterfly wings that if you rub it off, they can't fly.
Well, I think again, it's your oils. What
Yeah.
it does is
It's
when
weighing it
your
down.
oils gets on the wings, if it flaps them and they touch, they'll stick
Stick.
together.
Okay, so the bird thing is real, but the magic flying dust is complete
I
bullshit.
think the magic flying dust is bullshit.
Because if that was the case, wouldn't you just harvest that from butterflies and put it on your arms and flap them real hard, and then you'd be able to fly.
Probably it's definitely not magic dust.
Some crazy guy's got a whole room full of butterflies. They just scraping off all that dust, catching it in jars. Like, I one day.
That'd be fucking cool though,
dude. That
if it is a magical dust,
it would be cool.
Fairy dust.
It would be cool to fly. I think.
Yeah,
I think that's why we dream about it. Everyone has flying dreams. I think that's why. Because
that's why we build airplanes.
Do you think at one time we had the ability of flight? No.
No. Who would think that?
I don't know.
Unless we are derived from like a magical race that, through breeding,
we would need hollow
are
bones.
not magic anymore.
We're just too heavy.
We're too heavy. We're too fat.
Speaking of bugs, I'm at work the other day and I'm like editing some video and I'm like really in the zone. I'm thinking, and sometimes I kind of breathe heavy,
Just can't stop thinking about that worm.
I was just thinking about that toasted worm, and I was just like, and dude, a fucking fruit fly flew up my nose.
What?
In mid inhale. I felt it work its way up my nostril cavity, and it was chilling right between my eyes, squirming around,
dude,
flapping its little wings. It felt so weird.
What did you do?
I freaked out. I got up.
Yeah, because I think you lay eggs in your brain.
I know, right? I thought, I'm going to be taken out by a fucking fruit fly?
Yeah.
Thanks God I just saved a worm.
Did you blow it? Did you
Yeah, so I went to the bathroom and I got some tissue and I blew my nose as hard as I could over and over, and this little guy was not coming out, and I could feel it just wiggling around, probably taking its last little gasp up there in my nose, and I'm blowing and blowing and blowing and nothing's happening, and my eyes start to water and I'm freaking out. Then finally I just blew really hard and it came out and it was still alive. It was still it was might as well have been dead.
Dude, fuck that.
But yeah, dude, the weirdest sensation. So weird. Have you ever had a bug fly up your nose or in your mouth?
That's the biggest fear. I've had a bug flying. I'm riding a scooter or motorcycle around. Obviously, that's fucking gross. But that's dead once it even gets ingested. But something going up your nose, or you've seen the YouTube videos of things crawling out of people's ears.
Yeah.
I still have this thing there could be something living in my ear right now and I have no idea.
Oh, it just skeeves me out, dude.
I don't think I've had anything go up my nose. But I feel like maybe I had when I was younger, because as soon as you were talking about it, I was thinking, well, you can either blow it out, right? Just try to, and then if that doesn't work, just
drown it,
suck your but hardcore, and it's that's gross, but it's now in your guts.
It's part of you,
not in your head. Maybe that's better. I don't know.
It was so gross. It reminded me of the time I was on my scooter and I didn't have goggles on. I just had sunglasses on and my helmet, and I'm flying. I'm riding along.
Flying down that street going 45 mph.
Yeah. I'm going 30. I'm just fucking hauling ass.
On a scooter, it feels like you are.
Yeah, it does. That front tire starts to get a little wobbly after about 45. Oh, anyway, so I'm actually riding my scooter to where we used to podcast downtown. And I have my sunglasses on. I got my headphones in. I'm just enjoying life, and I'm going along, and a fucking wasp flew underneath my glasses on my right eye. Up underneath, and was chilling in my glasses as I'm going 40 miles an hour. And dude, that's how you have a wreck.
Yeah.
Because you overcompensate or jerk your hand or something. Mm-hmm. So, but I remembered my motorcycle training course, and I was like, okay, don't overcompensate. Just slow down, pull over. Dude, as I was doing that, I could see this guy right in front of me, between the pane of glass in my shades and my eyeball. I could see him, and he was freaking out because he didn't want to be there. Mm-hmm. And I could see his little stinger just
on the lens,
stinging my lens, trying to sting the lens. And I thought, man, luckily this wasp is facing the wrong way, because it would have just been stinging me over and over in my eyeball.
Yeah. Did you close that eyelid?
Yeah, eventually I did, but I would crack it, and I could see him moving around, man. And it was so scary. So I pulled over and ripped those shades off, and it flew away, and I was like, dude, I could have died. Again,
Yeah.
a tiny object could have taken me out.
There's something in the insect world that's just trying to kill you, I think.
Certain bugs are dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
But like, I've never met anyone that's like had so many bugs fly up their nose or like get caught by their eyeball.
I've
Like,
eaten bugs, dude. I've had a
Yeah.
mayfly fly in my mouth and it flew into my throat and I just swallowed it.
Yeah.
Like I reacted. I was like, ugh!
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I ate it.
yeah.
It's weird.
Well, there's that old wives' tale that you swallow like 7 spiders in a night or something like
It's
that.
7
Yeah.
spiders a night, every night.
They say that.
I think it's 7 in your lifetime.
Or a year.
A year? That's
Annually.
a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a
7
lot of
spiders a
spider
night. Like,
eating.
dude, that's why I wake up in the morning. I'm not hungry.
It's a lot of protein,
Because I
bro.
was just eating fucking spiders all night.
You go to wipe your ass and it's just full of spider legs.
I would like to
That'd be a
imagine
nightmare.
that. Like,
What if you wiped
I've-
your ass and there was it's a dead spider?
I want to imagine
midst
that
of
though.
your
Like
shit.
I've saved so many spiders in my life that they now like worship me as a deity. So when they die, they're like, we're just gonna
That's what I'm saying. You think
we're
there's
just
like
gonna
some
feed the god, and that's why I'm never hungry in the morning. They just show up and they're like, peace out, life, and
They like
just
it's like jumping into a volcano.
yeah, like a Mayan rituals of
yeah, that's me, dude.
give it up.
That's
You're the
me.
Spider Lord.
That's how I'm gonna live my life now.
Can I start calling you Spider Lord?
Please, I mean that's my name.
Sounds like a motorcycle like gang nickname.
Totally.
Yeah, that's me. So no more. Sorry guys, no more D-boy or whatever.
Well, we got to wrap it up here soon. But before we go, had to give a shout out to Harold Story of the Tunes podcast. He sent us some mail. He sent us some
really?
stickers, from his podcast, Tunes. It's on iTunes. And he sent a little note. And it says, Robbie, Josh, Dylan, hope these stickies find you tight. Find you all right. Excuse me.
I like find you tight.
I do
though.
too. Tight stickies. I had a few that my buddy gave me after a Colorado trip that I thought you'd like. And of course, some Tunes ones as well. Take care and keep up the good work. Harold. Harold, thank you so much.
Thank you,
man.
Harold.
Dude.
That's super sweet. Not sure how he got my address. Oh, wait, he was a guest on the show.
Yeah, there you
okay.
go.
Okay.
He knows the whole
I
deal.
thought we might have had a stalker on it.
Wizinator.com.
He sent us all kinds of cool shit. So we're going to add these to our dope ass table, our podcast table here. And with that, I think we should wrap it up, guys.
Wrap it up.
Got any final thoughts? Or are we just gonna continue our vacation weekend?
I say let's wrap this up and let the vacation begin. Bye.